you don't know. And was it a Mark Twain quote? Like, I've worried about 1,000 things in my life and most of them have never happened.
Yeah.
We don't know. And so, yeah, we do the best we can. And then we make a guess in terms of the path forward, like who am I going to hire, how, and then we've got all the research that you do around teams and how to structure that stuff. And like I talked about, the binders that sit in the HR drawer, like all that stuff that I don't know anything about. Like, yeah, there's stuff about that, but then in the end, we have to do the best we can with the information we have today and not be thinking, I can't do this because 5 years from now, something bad's going to happen.
Yeah.
And at the same time, realizing like, if we build the right culture, nobody's going to cry when we switch advisors. And I was just thinking about the communication problem around that idea that lead advisor does leave and has great relationships. Mm-hmm. And because I always get fascinated by these moments that there's like stress about how to communicate, and like that we all get so tied up in knots about it. And to me, I was like listening to you describe like, oh yeah, your lead advisor is still here. And I was like, what's interesting is from just like the human perspective, and having been through this a couple of times at wirehouses, I think the idea of the incumbent just being assumptive, right? Like there's no defensiveness. There's no like, hey, Sally left, Susan's going to take over.
Yeah, it's just like business as usual. Like
exactly. Like
it's not even like we're making a bid to retain your business. Like we already have your business. If you're like most firms, like we already have your assets.
Greetings, Carl here. The clip you just watched is from the podcast that I do with my good friend Michael Kitces, which we creatively call Kitces and Carl. And one of the things we talk a lot about there is the craft of advice. What it means for real financial advisors just like you to practice the craft of advice. And if you liked what you heard there, you would love what I'm doing at the Society of Advice. Because we dive deep into what it takes to practice this craft, right? To learn more about what I'm building at the Society of Advice, just click the link below. See you there.